I was born in 1966, and it was a great year for iconic TV. Shows like The Monkees, Batman, and a little series called Star Trek. When I think of the mission statement for Star Trek, or their mission, it was to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no man had gone before. It is a lot like the last decade of my life. When, about 13 years ago, I decided to explore strange new worlds. I took myself to London, and I didn't know anybody there. I went by myself, and it was absolutely terrifying. But it was absolutely exciting, and I just loved it too. So several times I went to London, and I decided I wanted to move there. But what they don't tell you when you want to move to a foreign country is how difficult it is. Now, I'm not going to go through all the hoops that you have to go through to move to a foreign country. But the one thing that I was allowed, or I could do to be able to move to a foreign country, would be to start my own business, make it successful, and be able to move it to London so that I wouldn't be living on their money, basically. So, in my effort to seek out new life, new civilizations, my company, Retroscope Fashions, was born. Now, keep in mind, I couldn't sew. I had no idea how to sew at all, but I knew historical fashion. And so I started designing modern Victorian clothing. And I had a manufacturer, and they made it for me. And my mom, she was also a really good seamstress, so she would do special orders for people that the manufacturer wouldn't do. So within a few years, we were really successful. We were interviewed by lots of alternative magazines, and we were invited to Comic-Con to do a fashion panel, and we also made clothing for Disney. Steampunk at that time started becoming really popular, and our company was already doing Victorian stuff, and if you know anything about steampunk, you know that it's a Victorian base. So we were doing even better. But with the advent of steampunk, popularity of steampunk, came all of the copycats. And there was dozens and dozens of them out there, and they started making our clothing for much cheaper. So business started declining, and it really was terrible. And at the same time, my mom had a triple bypass, so she ended up going to the hospital. She couldn't sew anymore, and I had to take care of her. So I had to find a way to survive. So I decided to go boldly where I had never gone before. I downsized my company. I got rid of the manufacturer, it was expensive, and I'd learned how to sew on YouTube, believe it or not. And for the past year and a half, I've been sewing everything myself. It's been going really well, but the thing, again, that they don't tell you about when you have your own business is sometimes you work a lot. Basically, I work all day, every day. I don't get to go anywhere or do anything. I take care of, I do the ordering of product, I do the talking to people, I make all the clothes, I take care of my mom. Sometimes I'm sewing until 3 and 4 in the morning, so I don't have a life, basically. So I decided, again, to go boldly and go back to school and learn a new trade. And as Star Trek and I both go into our 50th year, we've both been through a lot of changes, but we still have a lot of story to go. So, and I hope as I look into my future and I quote Spock, I hope to live long and prosper. Thank you.